Hello, Steve here. I want to back up a couple of days. I was talking about words and word usage and how it affects our thinking and language. Again, there are hundreds of different languages in the world, but the language that you speak affects how you think. And then if you boil it down a little bit more, the way you use the language, like we speak English. I'm speaking English, okay. Well, the English language has its peculiarities, but I can choose how I use the language. I can choose the words I use to speak, and I know, I only have 5 minutes. By the way, my eye is spreading. No discomfort there. Anyway, life. I choose the words I choose to be specific. I like specificity. You like that word? In communication. I had a boss, one of my bosses was very bad at communicating. I would get emails from them, or mostly emails, and from an email I couldn't tell what they wanted, exactly what they wanted me to do, because they weren't specific enough. Anyway, I find that in Christian circles. I find it everywhere, but there again, we hang around with Christian people a lot. Most of our communications are with, above, hey, what do you think about the weather? Above that are with Christian people. And I find a tremendous amount of cliche in churches. If you've been around churches, you know what they are. Maybe you don't recognize them. Think about that. Try to recognize cliche when you hear it or say it. And say, am I really being specific enough with what I'm communicating here? Or is that other person really, we just throw these things around, Bible verses, favorite verses, whoa, this is that, thing. God will forgive you. Back up. Get the truth and speak truth and speak it clearly. Speaking it clearly will help you think clearly. I know you have to think before you speak, but it's a process of refining our speech so that we are communicating truth, not hypotheses, not cliche, and acronyms. Acronyms are another curse. Abbreviations. I've always abhorred abbreviations, and when I became an adult, I found out that my mother had the same feeling. She was a secretary, a very good secretary, executive secretary. She knew shorthand and all that good stuff. It's just amazing, these little, is that genetic? I don't know. But I don't like abbreviations. I don't like acronyms. And sometimes you've got 2 or 3 acronyms that are all the same, and they apply to 2 or 3 different organizations or whatever. It's a curse. It's a curse to dumb us down, to get us thinking more simply than we need to think if we're going to survive in any viable form. Oh my, the world we live in is dangerous, and communication is a big part of it. We are inundated. Facebook. You want to find a cliche, go to Facebook. It's loaded with cliche. And, doesn't that make you feel good? Yeah, maybe, but does it make you think? Does it make you understand life better? No, usually not. Some people that post really are good. We've got a friend, Uncle Jake, on Facebook that he posts some pretty deep stuff, and I like to read his posts. I just downloaded one to read later. And I do that. I pull stuff off and put it into a document where I can enlarge the print and make it easier.